In this case, we have to assume different three things. One is the how to commute it. How to commute it means it should be uh, the voltage which is applied across the capacitor, that should be up to source voltage. The voltage across the capacitor should be charged up to source voltage. That is the equal amount of source voltage is if applied, then only the circuit turn off is possible. And that was discussed in the previous class also. And the load current is assumed to be constant throughout the working region, and the direction of current is positive. And this commutation should be observed during the loaded condition. That is, uh, it is on, and during that time the current is passing through the load. That time the turning off of SCR will happen. Okay. So in this circuit, what you can see, there is a circuit given. Now this is our main thyristor TM, and this is our auxiliary thyristor. Okay, so two thyristors are connected in this way. Now this is the L and C circuit. With that, the voltage supply voltage and the load current is like that, and uh, diode is connected in between. Okay, so now uh, our aim is to turn off the thyristor. Now we will discuss it with the diagram, this waveform. This is the waveform where you can see that this is the current I naught, that is the load current. So constant load current is assumed. Now this one is gate current. Suppose at this point the uh, thyristor is triggered. Okay, so when main thyristor is triggered means main thyristor is on. Suppose up to T1 time the main thyristor is on. Okay, then what will happen with the circuit? The supply is given and the main thyristor is on. So when main thyristor is on, the auxiliary thyristor will be in forward blocking state. That is, when the current is there in the auxiliary thyristor, it will at initial position it will be in forward blocking state. Forward blocking state means there is no conduction. So what will happen, uh, this will be open circuited. Okay, so this will be the open circuit one, and the circuit TA will be in the blocking state and it will be in a open circuit position. Now you can see that the capacitor here it will be positive. So this terminal is positive. So this terminal is positive terminal. Similarly, since it is on, this terminal is also positive. So if this is positive in diode position, if it is positive and it is negative, then it will be in a blocking state. So diode is also open circuited. Now the situation of LC circuit is floating now. It is open. So the current will pass through the main thyristor. Load current is flowing through main thyristor only. And so this is the main thyristor current. It will pass similarly like load current. So the capacitor current we have to find, that is the IC. No current will be there since it is in a floating position, but uh, voltage will be there. So this is voltage VDC up to T1. We are considering it up to T1. Now at T1, when the mm, auxiliary thyristor is turned on, diode will be still in off state, and current will flow from anode to cathode in the auxiliary thyristor. Main thyristor is carrying only the load current. From T1 to T2, the capacitor Vc will be discharging. So when capacitor voltage is discharging means the current is, so voltage is Vc is discharging, so IC will be the current that will be equal to, that will be sinusoidal, and that is going on up to T2. So this is our point of T2. Up to this it is sinusoidal. Main thyristor is still carrying current, and this is the IC. IC is sinusoidal. Vc is discharging from T1, and this is obviously cosinusoidal signal. You can see this is initially the supply voltage is VDC. Now gradually it is going to be the voltage similar to auxiliary thyristors. Okay, polarities are reversed, and auxiliary thyristor is now connected across high, negative and positive voltage. Okay, now at T2, current through capacitor at T2 is equal to 0, and the voltage is equal to minus VDC. Auxiliary thyristor will be then become open switch, and diode will be now short circuited, and the circuit will be like this. So diode will be short circuited. So sinusoidal behavior of current is fulfilled by diode. Okay, so main thyristor is actually the current which is actually the load current minus the capacitor current that is flowing through the main thyristor. Then after T2, the load current is constant and capacitor current is increasing. Thyristor current will decrease. So after T2, you can see that thyristor current will decrease. Thyristor current will be 0 when IC is equal to I0. So IC equal to I naught is at this point. At T3, we can see IC equal to I naught, and at that point, the thyristor current will be 0. In this way, the main thyristor is turned off. After T3, current flowing through thyristor is 0, but voltage is large. So turned off by making anode current 0, this is actually the forced commutation. This is current commutation circuit. At T3, main thyristor is turned off. Now the load current is flowing through LC circuit, and it is a constant current, that is I naught. So now the inductive voltage is equal to VL equal to L di dt, and that is equal to 0. But capacitive voltage will be 1 by C integration IT dt, and that is equal to I naught T by C. So this capacitive voltage Vc equal to I naught by C into T. This is actually the voltage equation for capacitance. You can see Vc is proportional to the time, and the slope is this. I naught by C is the slope. This is the constant positive slope that you can observe in this case. This slope is I naught by C slope, this slope, and maximum current flowing through the main thyristor is ITM, that is equal to I naught, and auxiliary thyristor current is equal to IC, and that is equal to VDC root over C by L. So thyristor turn off is happening at point T3. Main thyristor having negative voltage T3 to T4. This is the circuit turn off time. Okay. So now after T4, main thyristor slowly is entering into forward blocking state. Now in this figure, if you can increase it, this picture, you can observe in this figure, you can see if the slope is considered, then you can see this triangle x, y, z. If you observe this triangle, then this slope I naught by c is equal to xz by xy. So this triangle is considered xz by xy equal to I naught by c equal to xz equal to VAB by TC, and that VAB is VAB by TC. TC is the circuit turn off time. Slope here, slope IC slope is equal to IC naught, sorry, I naught by C, and that is equal to XY by, sorry, XZ by XY, and that is equal to VAB by Tc. Tc is the circuit turn-off time. Mm, Tc is the slope, and that is equal to VAB by I naught by C. Okay, so from that you can get sorry Tc is the circuit turn-off time. Tc equal to circuit turn-off time, and from that we can get that Tc circuit turn-off time is equal to VAB by IC by I naught by C. Okay, so um, so the circuit turn-off time Tc will be equal to VAB into C by I naught. This is the circuit turn-off time. Now, what is VAB? VAB is the voltage across the capacitor. And that is equal to this voltage, and that is equal to VDC cos omega T3, because there it is the cosine of the time T3, cos omega T3, that into VDC. Okay. At T3, you can see at T3 equal I naught equal to IC. So at T3, I naught equal to IC. Since thyristor current is equal to 0. And what is IC? IC equal to VDC by, sorry, VDC root into root